Jamaica now finds itself swamped in a growing plastic crisis, according to environmental advocates who are pressing the government to extend the plastic ban to include bottles. As Amoy Harriet tells us, calls are mounting for manufacturers to pull the plug on plastic production.
The world is facing a $1.5 trillion annual health crisis due to plastic pollution. Effects include exposure to toxic chemicals, microplastic ingestion, and air pollution. Countries like India and Indonesia are grappling with severe environmental challenges due to plastic and textile waste choking their cities. Jamaica could be on the same perilous path. Dr. Teresa Rodriguez Moody is CEO of the Jamaica Environment Trust, JET.
That as plastic remains in the environment and continues to break down, it doesn't break down like a banana peel. It just breaks into smaller pieces. It's consumed by marine organisms, which we in turn consume. So we're poisoning ourselves, we're poisoning the environment, we're poisoning the ecosystem.
Now, the government over the last 6 years has introduced plastic bans. In 2019, a ban on single-use plastic bags, plastic straws, and styrofoam. More recently, the ban extended to include single-use plastic food containers and personal care products that contain microplastics. But
the reality is that we're still not tackling that number one item, which is plastic bottles.
According to the recently published Ocean Conservancy's International Coastal Cleanup 2024 report, of the 10 most collected items globally, 9 were plastic. Now, out of the 118 countries listed, Jamaica was ranked number 3 for collecting the most plastic bottles, a stark reality of the island's mounting plastic crisis. Dahvia Hylton is Advocacy Leader at the Jamaica Climate Change Council. She warns that Jamaica's growing plastic problem could intensify the impacts of climate change.
And on top of that, the fact that plastic really comes from the same oil and gas industry that has been fueling the climate crisis. So it's that this byproduct can only exist if we're continuing to use oil and gas at that alarming rate that we said we were going to diminish via the Paris Agreement. So at some point we have to stand up and say to those people who are, have all of the money in the world, that we can't continue to feed your pocket at our own expense.
It's against this backdrop both Ms. Hylton and Dr. Rodriguez Moody are pressing manufacturers to put an end to plastic production.
Change your approach, change your design to be more environmentally friendly. Do you need all of this plastic?
Especially drink companies going back to glass, because that was something that they could reuse over and over again. And then when you finish the amount that you can reuse, the life cycle, you can then just turn it right back into sand, which we always need because we're losing our sand at alarming rates due to climate change. I definitely think that given the options, consumers would choose better. Without the options, they can't choose at all.
They're hoping the government will take the plastic ban one step further, this time to finally cap the bottle problem. Amoy Harriet for CVM News.